Hey everyone, I'm Andy Wike.
I'm Steve Mawby.
And we're here today to have another special episode of All Pipes Considered, talking about, invisible drum roll, Savinelli's 2025 St. Nicholas pipes.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good selection here that I keep knocking over all the time. This year, this is what, the 13th year that they've been doing this line?
The 13th installment.
And they had, traditionally kind of been sort of a consistent Christmas theme. And then, there's been a few years where they kind of tried some different things. And this year, as we can see, they sort of came back pretty strong on the actual Christmas motif. Green stems, red bands on them there for the accent. Nice, strong black rustication. Very Christmassy kind of feel, which I think is very fitting for the St. Nicholas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the last couple of years, they've played more with like that wintry aesthetic, like we've seen some that were like, had some blues and, definitely just experimenting with some different things. And I often think that's a good technique to have, just to like take a step back away from something that you've traditionally been doing, try some different things, and then come back with a fresh perspective. And I think even though this is a similar color palette to what we've seen, historically from Savinelli when it comes to the St. Nicholas pipe, I think the execution's really cool.
Yeah.
And definitely something different. I think the, as Steve mentioned, some really nice green acrylic stems on these, and then the red acrylic accent. But then you also have these sort of like raised bands of nickel, which is sort of nice because it sort of breaks the lines of the shank and makes it a little bit more pronounced, almost like a wedding band style.
Yeah, and I think that band on it really makes the whole pipe just kind of pop. Like it really, the color palette there, the sharp contrast between the black blast and the green stem, it really just gets tied together by a really nice red band in there. I think it just really makes the pipes look very nice. Coming back to the Christmas theme, which, like you said, it's a good change of pace to get away from that. This kind of brought it back very well. But it can kind of get a little one note if you just stick with that same color pattern all the time. But I think the way they did this with the nickel and the red in there just really kind of ties it together nice. Really some good quality, visually appealing pipes here.
Yeah, and then I also think like because the nickel band is quite bright, it's almost like this play on the Italian flag.
Oh yeah,
like in a subtle way in certain lights.
I didn't even think about that, but that is, it
others
does kind
might
of
not
to
too,
that.
but I saw it.
Yeah, it's subtle. I wouldn't have thought that if you hadn't pointed it out, but now that it's there, it is kind of, just a little kind of a subtle nod towards it.
I am known to point out subtleties.
That's what you're here for.
That's what I'm here for.
We appreciate that.
Yeah,
and I mean, there's some good subtleties here on this pipe. Really, really good lines with, some nice changes of pace coming through with the band, as you say. And of course, we've got, some very iconic Savinelli shapes available this year, as you guys can see.
Yeah, but basically, Savinelli's whole core portfolio. You have, like the 606 KS and the 320 KS,
one of my personal favorite shapes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, iconic, absolutely.
It's definitely like one of the most recognizable forms, I think, in pipedom at this point.
So I think Savinelli hit a really good balance here with, the classic, the traditional, instantly recognizable as Savinelli, but still kind of, unique color palette, and really kind of took something traditional and that could be a little bit, not necessarily monotonous, but overly familiar, but did something unique with it.
Yeah.
And kind of struck a good balance between traditional, consistent, and also still very appealing and eye-catching.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think like it strikes the right balance of like familiarity with, something fresh.
Yeah.
Definitely. These are all on site now, so be sure to check them out. Find your favorite shape. I hope you guys enjoy these as much as we have.
Absolutely.